Hey everybody, it's Victoria. I'm so glad you could join me. I am an American who is currently living in Bilbao, Spain. I'm a master's student in the NOHA Masters in International Humanitarian Action program, both here at the University of Deusto and at the University of Malta. Today is day 23 of quarantine. Only 23! Wow! I feel like I'm doing so well. It's only 23 days. Only 23 days. Who would have ever thought to get to this point? And today is Monday, April 6th, 2020. Yay! And I'm going to be in here for sure for another 20 days until April 26th, which is also my dad's birthday. Easy to remember. Especially since I'm the only child who can remember birthdays in my family. Okay, so today I've been really cozy. I woke up this morning, I had a group project meeting and I needed to do some research before the project meeting, so I woke up early and I was cold and I wanted to be cozy, so I found this hoodie and I've worn the hoodie all day and I've like kind of cocooned myself in it, and it's been nice to just like cozy up in a hoodie because it's been really cold and rainy today, so it's like the perfect kind of day to stay inside. Yesterday I didn't vlog, I just didn't feel like it. It's a lot to do it every day, and I mean I have taken a couple days, but it was nice to just kind of chill. Yesterday I woke up, I made some delicious food. I don't remember what it was, but it was good. I made some food. I hung out with my flatmates like I always do. I had church online with my church from home and celebrated Palm Sunday, and it was so nice. Texted one of my friends from here. I had a FaceTime with my friend Ellie for like a long time. We had a long conversation. It was so nice to catch up and just hang out. And then I made my brownies, and those brownies are the best brownies. They're forever my quarantine baked good of choice, especially since Julia, she has celiac, and so she can only eat gluten-free because she's literally allergic to gluten. And they're like the easiest thing to turn gluten-free because it only requires half a cup of all-purpose flour, so I just sub it out for gluten-free flour and it's like delicious amazingness. I've never really done gluten-free baking. Actually, I take that back. There was this time where I went gluten and dairy free in college because I was having food issues and I wasn't sure exactly what it was. And then I ended up going on a cruise and the food was delicious, so I cut out the gluten and dairy freeness. It was a very tough life. And now I am soy free because I am allergic to soy. And you know how I figured out I was allergic to soy? By living in China. That is a terrible place to discover you are allergic to soy. I had a really bad reaction to it when I was there. I would eat it because I love the taste of soy sauce. I like the taste of tofu. I like the taste of a lot of food. I have gotten a lot less picky about food over the past few years as I travel and I've left my small Midwestern town life, going off into the world and all that drama. I really like a lot of Asian food just in general, or East Asian food. I love East Asian food, but I can't eat a lot of it because soy makes me sick. And I think I hit like my tolerance level of it while I was living there, and I was constantly sick all the time and I wasn't sure why. Then I realized, oh, it's probably the soy. And so I cut soy completely out of my diet, so I had to cook everything from scratch. And then I started doing CrossFit while I was there, so I was doing like keto, soy-free, living in China, working full-time as a teacher. Not fun. And working out for an hour every day. Yeah, fun. It'll be fun, they said. Try it, they said. Actually, I really enjoyed that. It's a lot with working as many hours as I was working though. But so I went soy-free, and actually I at my school I would be provided food, and I liked a majority of the food. some of it was weird, and I just couldn't get out of my head about it because your girl's not Asian. I'm about as basic white girl from America as you can get. Man, I actually taught my flatmates how to do the Cotton Eye, attempted to teach them how to do the Cotton Eye Joe in our living room. And I was like, yeah, these country roots are coming out. I'm not very country though. If you ask anyone back at home, I am not a country girl. My friend Ellie, who I talked to on Sunday, would probably be like, you're not country. You're not country. I'll have you know, I almost only listened to country music all through high school. I listened to country music, Christian music, and I listened to pop music. And then once I got into college, I quit listening to as much country because it's not as popular there. So I was transitioned to mostly pop music, which is what I mostly listen to now. So yeah, so I can bring out my country twang. I think I've brought up my country twang here in this video more than I have in a long time. And I don't sound like this normally, even when I go back home. But it's kind of fun living overseas because then I can like bring out that twang. Go down, as my grandma calls it, she has her McCain accent. She doesn't say that, but instead of saying I'm gonna go wash the dishes, it's I'm gonna go wash the dishes. There's an sound down in the holler. Go down in the creek. Go down play in the creek in the holler. Yeah, I watched a video on YouTube about like doing West Virginia slang. I don't remember who was doing it, but I was like, we use a lot of this slang where I'm from. Yeah, so it's interesting. Where in the world is this coming from? Anyway, yeah, yesterday I made brownies. Today I had some schoolwork I was working on for a while. And just basically enjoying life today a little bit. Just existing and cocooning myself in this hoodie. It's so nice because this hoodie is massive enough like that it would fit my brother, and my brother is a large person. He is 6'5", I believe, and if I get this wrong, he's probably not watching this video anyway to care. But my brother is really tall and he would definitely fit into this hoodie. No problem with these sleeves. At least my sister. I think if I take this home, my sister's gonna steal it from me. So, a reason not to come home. Brittany, you ain't taking this hoodie from me. Got my eyes on you. I don't know what's happening to me. Is this what happens when you're in quarantine for too long? You just slowly start to lose your mind and the madness just takes its grip of you and just drags you down. Man, I've spent too much time inside. Too much time inside. I don't know what's happening to me. I feel like everybody feels like this though, because like the entire world is in quarantine. But like, I feel like if you don't let like the craziness of the situation and just like your goofiness come out, you're gonna get so overwhelmed by everything. I watched a video today and it made me genuinely smile, and it like cheered up my day along with having like the best brownies ever. It cheered me up so much. It was newscasters, like sports announcers, doing like announcing like normal everyday things, and it was the most hilarious thing ever. I was watching it and it was like this guy was announcing, and then this dog takes this dog as they run around the pool, and this dog wins by 5 doglings. Yeah, it was hilarious and I started laughing. It was great. I've also decided that if somehow they lift these restrictions a little bit, I feel like I'm gonna sign up to run a marathon just so I can get out of this apartment. I mean, I did a half marathon once, but I didn't train for it. But you know it's getting bad when you're willing to work on training for a marathon to just get out of the house. If I could run down by the river every day, and even just running like a 5K or something, just running and outside getting fresh air. Oh my goodness, that would be so amazing. I don't know. I don't know what's happening to me. There's no song for today. There's no music or anything, but you definitely got my silly side. I feel like I've been missing out on this side of myself, this joyful side, because of the stress of the situation, and everybody's under stress, and making sure, not if people are a little bit more uptight, not letting it get to you, because everybody's under a lot of stress right now. These are scary times and you don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, I'm just trusting that God has a plan and a purpose for me and for everyone in this, and that even though loss will happen, and it's not going to be a pretty week for the world, especially in America, but I trust that I don't need to worry about tomorrow, because I know God has it under control, so I don't need to stress. Which is something like, I don't know, I'm trying not to get super Christian-y, but like, it's something I don't really stress about. I don't normally worry, which is something weird. I mean, sometimes you like have to be attentive to detail and be concerned about things, but I'm not one prone to worrying. I probably should worry more about things if you talk to my mom or my grandma asking me about deadlines and stuff, but prioritizing, and a lot of times, like, you can't control what happens to you. You can do everything you can to prevent things from happening. Like, one of the biggest things you can do right now is to prevent things from happening is to stay home and not leave your house unless for an absolute necessity, and to go to the grocery store once a week, or even less if you can make it. And like, that's something I can control. I can't control if I get sick with COVID. I can't really control what happens after that. I can only control my response to it. If I get sick, do I want to be overwhelmed? And I mean, I'm sure it'd be scary, but I don't want to lose my mind over it, because things can be scary, but you can only control your reaction. You can't control the situation around you. The only thing you can do is control your reaction. Do I act wise? Do I take into account of the world around me? Am I going to just unnecessarily worry? If you don't need to worry, just don't. If you have a lot of concerns, write them down, and then you have it written somewhere, and you can turn to that piece of paper, unless you're like me and then you lose the paper and you can't find the paper, and then you're wondering where in the world, where did this go? I didn't get it from strangers, let me just say that. I did not get that from strangers. Anyway, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're being safe and smart, and I hope you can find just something little that brings you joy. Because I feel like we need to, as a society, basically we're all trapped inside for the foreseeable future. And that's just how it is. But if you can find something that brings you joy in that, go for it. Do what makes you happy, as long as it's not harming the happiness of another person. Be the kind of person you wish other people would be in your life. So at the end of this video, there's a lot of applause, and it's for all of the healthcare workers and all of the other people who are making the world function, as the rest of us do what we can to protect our communities by staying home, alone, inside. And don't be going around to your friends' houses either. If you are social isolating, you are not social isolating with your entire neighborhood. You are social isolating with the people who live directly with you. Something good to remember. So anyway, the applause at the end of this video is for all of our essential workers, people who are delivering mail, people who are in the grocery stores, people in the most high-risk areas, our healthcare professionals, police officers, firefighters, and all the people who are fighting this. You are not alone, and you are much appreciated for everything you are doing. And don't forget that. The applause is for you, and I thank you, and the world thanks you. So, I'm going to let you guys go. So, be smart, stay home, stay safe, and act wise. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye. Night.
Look at that cute little grandma over there.
What?
Look at the cute little grandma over there clapping at her window. Oh, it's so funny.
I guess it is 8 o'clock, so.